Hi, everyone. Happy Monday. I am very excited to be here with all of you tonight. Um, I changed the live time like 3 times. I was out, then I was back, and then I had to do some stuff for Kinsley's school. Then I was like, let's just go live. Hey, D. And tonight I want to rant. I know I need to boxer you. It's been crazy since having Kinsley back. But tonight I want to rant a little bit and talk a little bit about why budgeting is essential. I just posted a TikTok that I will make a reel and a YouTube short here shortly. Hey, Sherry. Hey, Chanel. But it is essential if you have money goals, if you have money dreams, if you have uh, events coming up, if you have things that you want to do with your money outside of paying bills and buying groceries, I would say it's essential for you to have a budget. I would say everyone should have a budget. Now, if this is your first time watching me, well, welcome. My name is Crystal, aka Crystal Maximizer. I am a strategic money coach. I help women be intentional with their money so that they can make progress on their big financial goals. And we do that through my four main pillars of budgeting, couponing, meal planning, and overall strategically shopping. And I personally and professionally feel like everyone should have a budget. Millionaires, billionaires, they got a budget. If you've ever been at a corporation and you're like, is that in the budget? Is that in the budget? They live and die by their budget. Why is it so important? A budget is nothing more. A budget is nothing more. I took my ring off to put lotion on and then I never put the lotion on. A budget is nothing more than a spending plan. Your budget is what you are allocating your money for. So put a B in the comments if you have a budget, a monthly spending plan, a quarterly spending plan, a yearly spending plan. Now, if you stick to it or not, we'll talk about that later. But if you have a budget, put a B in the comments. If you don't have a budget, put an X in the comments. You have no monthly spending plan. You just get paid, you pay your bills, and then you pray your car goes through. D says, I live by my budget in corporate. Yes, you have to because you were what? Allocated a specific amount of money to work with. So if corporations are doing this and D was managing probably multiple millions of dollars, right? You, for your household, you want to manage your money that way as well, right? I didn't even make no notes for this. I just got this word from the Lord. So if millionaires are managing their money, if corporations are managing their money, we are doing ourselves a disservice by not managing our money as so. Now, a couple of things come up when I get questions from people. The first question is, like, I don't make enough money. I'm on a fixed income. Like, my income goes up and down. Your income does not matter when it comes to a budget. I'm gonna say it again. Your income does not matter. When I got my first official, let's not even go to my first official job. When me and my sister started a snowball stand when I was like 12 years old, I had a budget. I didn't realize that what it was, but I got a piece of paper, right? And when we started, we had $0 and 0 cents. What did we do? We borrowed from our mother. We used her sugar, we used her Kool-Aid, we used her cups, and we used her spoons, right? So my mother said, y'all got to pay me back for the sugar, the Kool-Aid, the cups, and the spoons because like what we gonna use in the house, y'all done sold everything. So on a piece of paper, I wrote down, I owe the house, and I wrote down how many packs of Kool-Aid we use. And the Kool-Aid was, Lord knows, like 10 for 10 back then. Maybe even more. I wrote down how much Kool-Aid we use. We use 2 bags of sugar. We use a whole pack of cups. We use a whole container of her plastic spoons. I wrote down and I wrote down how much it was. That's how much I owed my mother. And then I had to decide if I owe her that much, that's how much it's going to cost for me to buy my supplies again. And then I was like, everything else belongs to me and my sister. Like, that's our money. Like, the rest is our profit. At 12 years old, I didn't know that that was a budget. I just knew I needed a clear picture to be like, all right, I owe my mother $15, right? It's going to cost me $15 to restock, right? With that $15, I was able to sell for 3 days. So if for a week, I'm probably going to have to restock at least twice, right? At least twice to restock. So that means I'm going to need about $30 a week to run this snowball business. That's at the minimum. I didn't know, the 12-year-old Crystal didn't know yet. But then let's jump to 14, 15-year-old Crystal when she got her first job working under the table. I was a busser. I made $5.25 an hour. You couldn't tell me nothing. My paychecks were like $200 every 2 weeks, like nothing. Because I would work long days on Saturdays and Sundays. Then I had school all the other days. So sometimes I would come in on school nights, but I was also in marching band. I was also a cheerleader. So like my time was far and few between. So my checks would be like $200 every 2 weeks. But baby, I would get a piece of paper. Back then, I didn't even have a planner. It was a paper. When I get paid, this is what I'm paying. This is what I'm buying. This is how I'm shopping. This is what I'm saving. The reason why I'm telling you these stories about baby Crystal 15, 16 years ago is that I was able to clearly do what I wanted to do at 15 years old by having a budget. I'm saying that to say, if a 15-year-old can do that, you can do that. Everybody watching is over the age of 18. So if 15-year-old Crystal, 17 years ago could do that, you can do it. So I'm saying that to say, it doesn't have to be hard. Literally, if you don't even have a calendar, piece of paper. I get paid on Friday. This is what I'm doing with the money. If this is making sense, can I get some likes? TikTok, Instagram. Can I get some yeses? Hey, Nina. Hey, Ann. Can I get some yeses on YouTube? Just so that I know that you are with me. Budgeting doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be scary. You have to decide and take massive action. I didn't mean to invite you. I'm so sorry. Decide. I'm going to better manage my money. I'm going to be able to do everything that I want to do with my money. I am going to pay off this debt. I am not going to, eat out myself into oblivion. You've got to decide. My coach, Sabrina Phillip, I've been with her for almost 4 years, okay? You know how many times it got under my skin when she's like, Crystal, just decide and it'll happen. I'm like, Sabrina, that happens for you, doesn't happen for me. So once I worked with her and I realized, oh, if I decide and act as if, take the massive action, the shit happens. Okay. It may not happen as fast. Like, I want to make $10,000 today. Probably not going to make $10,000 in a day, but I can make it in a month. I can make it in 2 months. I can make it in 3 months, right? I can do it, right? Then I take the massive action. So you come up with a plan so you can be better with your money. You can stick to your budget. Today's the day that you decide to make a change. Today's the day that you decide, I'm no longer telling myself that I'm bad with money, and I'm no longer saying that I don't stick to my budget. As of today, I stick to my budget religiously. I'm going to do it. You have to decide and have to embody her. You have to have the audacity of a white man. What I mean by that, white men who are often not qualified at all will stick their chest out, say that they deserve it. They could be the most unqualified person in the room, but because they have that air of confidence, they gonna go with him. And if you're timid with 15 years of experience, they gonna look right over you. You have to have that audacity with your money. Like, I'm deciding today, come hell or high water, I'm sticking to this budget. You have power over that. You have power over yourself. Yes, as of today, I stick to my budget. You can do it. Simple. Get a piece of paper. Write down the amount of your next paycheck. I don't want to hear, I don't know, it varies. Everybody knows. If you getting paid, you know how much your paycheck gonna be. If it's your first paycheck at a new job, estimate. Do your hours, take your taxes out, go a little under. Everybody knows how much their next check is going to be. I don't want to hear. If you are a server, Do an average. On average, when I was a server, I would typically make at least $75 a night. Some nights I might leave with $50, and other nights I'll leave with $200. So do an average of $75 a night. You work 5 days. How much money is that going to be? You have to start somewhere. How much is your check? What am I doing with my check? It's that simple. That is the bare basics of a budget, right? The next level is tracking your spending, because that is the massive action that it takes to stick to that budget. Tracking your spending, checking in with your bank account. Bare minimum weekly, but I say daily if you're just starting out. Okay? Budgeting doesn't have to be scary, it doesn't have to be overwhelming, and it does not have to be hard work. It gets to be as easy as you make it. But if you sit down and you're like, this is so hard, I don't want to do this, you're going to sit there for 2 hours and get nothing done. But if you're like, I'm ready, I know that I'm behind on 17 bills, I am ready to call my bill collectors and go in order. I am ready to get caught up on my rent. I am ready to get caught up on whatever bill you're behind on. I'm ready to let a couple of these credit cards go because I have too many. So I'm just going to let a few go and I'm going to keep the ones. You have to make those decisions. But when you have your money written down, you can make realistic decisions. I hate when I'm calling to pay a bill, or if a bill collector call you, let's be real, and they're like, you owe $475. How can we make that payment today? And I'm like, sir, we're not making that payment today. First, I answer the phone because I'm trying to be nice. Second, I am not in front of my budget planner. So I cannot accurately tell you from the top of my head how much money extra I'm going to have to pay for your bill, right? Let's be real here. Most of us that are on here have had that. The bill collector's calling and they want a payment today. And I'm like, slow your roll. I ain't got my budget in front of me to decide. I'm just not about to tell you an arbitrary number without concrete facts. I can look at my budget planner and I can see, actually, I've only allocated $75 this pay period to your bill. So you can take the $75 or you can take nothing. My mother always said, they can't take what I ain't got. Like, what are you going to take? Me? Like, let's be real here. My budget is like my money Bible. My budget is like my budget planner. It's where I keep it all for my numbers. You've got to be informed. You've got to know your income. You've got to know your bills. You've got to know your expenses. You've got to know your debts. You have to know it all. You have to know how you are spending your money on a daily and a weekly basis. The only way to know that is to open up your bank account and look. Yes, it's like, that's easy for you to say, that doesn't happen to me. But if I could figure out where the chunk of money goes every month, exactly. So you have got to look at your money every single day to see where it's going. At the end of the week, you can say, that is not how I want to spend my money. So now I'm just going to use this as an example. Say Starbucks is not in your budget. You did not allocate for it. But you go to Starbucks every day, you get a coffee and a croissant. No problem. You're doing your budget. You forget about that Starbucks coffee and croissant every day, 7 days a week. And you're like, where did this $100 go for the week? I have no idea. Like, I should have more money. And at the end of the month, $400, like, something's not adding up. When you open up your bank account, you're like, I went to Starbucks every day this month. It's okay. If you want to go to Starbucks every day, that is your prerogative. I will never tell you what to spend your money on. But if you don't want to spend $400 a month on Starbucks, then I would ask you, like, is going to Starbucks every day the best use of your money? Now, my biz bestie over here, she loved going to Starbucks for her pink drink, but she said it's in her budget. She has allocated in her budget appropriately for her Starbucks pink drink. Once she said it was in her budget, I ain't say nothing. But if she start coming to me talking about Krys, money, this and that, I'm going to be like, now, biz bestie, is going to Starbucks every day the best use of your money? And some weeks she might be like, you know what? It's not. In other weeks, she's like, you're damn straight it is, right? See, she said 3 days a week, because sometimes I know she was going every day. But once you make that assessment, you can decide. If you do want to go to Starbucks every day, you know you got to allocate that $400. Or maybe you don't get a croissant every day, you just get the coffee. Maybe you go to your grocery store and you buy croissants and you make them at home and you bring them with you to work or to school or wherever you're getting them, right? So maybe that could cut your 400 down to like 200 a month, right? So it's all about you allocating. I'm caught up on bills and paying off debt. Awesome. I've become better at budgeting the extra money so I don't spend it on things I don't need. Now, I want to say this with love. She says you get the app and get stars. Yes, when it's free, it's for me, D. What I want to say is let's start changing our narrative from extra money. There shouldn't be any extra money. So, Nina, you are just becoming better at budgeting your money holistically. Because when we say extra money, we think that it's something that we can just blow, right? But if you say, I am better with budgeting my money, period, there's no extra because vacation is something that you want. It should be in your budget. Saving for emergencies is something that you want. It should be in your budget. Going to Starbucks, it's something that you want. It should be in your budget, right? So don't think of anything as extra money. I pay my bills. This is extra. No, there's other things in your life that you want to do besides paying bills. You want to buy a new car in 2 years. You are putting $200 a month towards that new car stuff, right? It's not extra money. It's literally your money that you are allocating. So let's just twist that a little bit, Nina, so you're not thinking extra so you can just blow it. That's when you're either right that it's in your budget's clear or I can live without that. Yes. I'll give you a personal example from me. When I was working at my job, and it was probably my first year, I was going to tropical smoothie almost every day, y'all. I found tropical smoothie. I fell in love. I'm not a coffee drinker, but I do be going to Starbucks. I like strawberry frappuccinos and hot chocolates when it's cold. I was going to tropical smoothie. Most days I was just getting a smoothie, and it was like a coupon if you went in the morning. So I was spending about $5 a day on a smoothie. Maybe twice a week, I would get like a wrap, and I'd be spending $12. I started looking and I said, I don't want to spend $70 a week at Tropical Smoothie. It wasn't always $70, but I did my math and I was like, well, that's well over $250 a month. That's not how I want to spend my money. So I immediately said, you can do Tropical Smoothie twice a week and you can get food from Tropical Smoothie once a week. So instead of spending 70 a week, I cut myself back to about 20, 10%. So it was about 20 to 25 a week. I can stomach $100 a month at Tropical Smoothie back then. The rest of the time, I bought bags of frozen fruit and I made my smoothies at home. Whereas, 2 bags of frozen fruit might be like $15, but I would get like at least 4 to 5 smoothies per bag. So that's 10 smoothies for like $20. Whereas at Tropical Smoothie, I can only get 2 smoothies. Well, 4 smoothies for $20. I'm getting like 10 at home. So I was like, that is not the best use of my money. That's not how I wanted to be spending my money. So I decided that it was not the best use for me. Nina says, I thought about cash stuffing. Is that a good way to save? So cash stuffing, okay, think about it this way. Cash envelopes is just another way for you to manage your money. I personally don't like cash stuffing to save money, but this has to be something that you enjoy, Nina. So when I think about cash envelopes, I'm using that to help me stay on budget. Now, if you have big savings goals and you want to save in cash, absolutely use the cash envelopes. Absolutely use the cash envelopes. Like if you have car, you have emergencies, you have a vacation, new house, extra money towards your retirement fund. If you want to put it in a cash envelope and then deposit it later, that's totally up to you. But when I think of cash envelopes, I think about my expenses. Whenever I would go on vacation, I would have cash for gas and transportation. I would have cash for eating out. I would have cash for like excursions. I would have cash for souvenirs. So that way I could stay under budget. I knew that if I was doing a road trip, I needed $500 for gas. I would put $500 cash in the gas and I would just pull from there. I knew that I needed $1,000 for food because I was going to be gone for 2 weeks. $1,000 for food was in there. If I had to pay with my card, I just put the cash back into my bank account if it was something that I needed to swipe for. Make sense? So when I think about cash envelopes, I think about using them to stay under budget versus saving. But if you think saving cash helps you, Nina, I am all for it. All for it. Exactly. I paused YouTube TV, starting to miss it. I might have to come back. However, it's going back into my budget. I do. If there's extra money, I, for one, need to put it into vacation or emergency fund. Perfect. Yep, that's me. Hot chocolate and strawberry frappuccino. But now that I'm making my hot chocolate at home, absolutely. I stopped Starbucks, make my own coffee, breakfast. Taste. Your academy seems good. I can't afford it. You have great ideas. You would hold me accountable. Okay. So let me say something to you, J Love. Let's not say we can't afford it. Let's just say I'm gonna budget to join that next month. I'm gonna budget to join that with my next paycheck, because I want to say this, and I'm saying this with love to everyone. For things that are important to you, you shall find the money for it. So if the Money Saving Academy is something that you want to join, there is a trial. You can sign up for a 1-month trial for just $59. So if you can budget $59 in the next 30 days, then you can join us. It's that simple. You can do it. You can absolutely do it. So I don't care if it is a new dress, new shoes, a vacation. We're not saying that we can't afford that. We're going to get a pen and paper and we're going to say, how can I budget for this? I don't care if it takes me $5 a paycheck. I may not be able to join now, but I can join in December or I can join in January. I may not be able to buy my new pair of shoes today, but I'm going to buy them in 2 months. I'm going to take $10 a paycheck and put it away for my new shoes. I want you to do what you want with your money. I want you to make the investments that you want to make. But I also want you to be tough with yourself. Like, I took my nails off because I had things that I had to pay for. And I was like, it is not the best use of my money today, this month, to spend $150 for nails and toes. I am being 1000% real with y'all. It was not the best use of my money to go to the nail salon, even though it's all self care and it feels good. It was not the best use of my money. And I was like, there's some things that are more important than me getting my nails done that I need to pay for. So I'm going to take my nails off. I'm going to file them, buff them. I'm going to put a clear coat on today. It's a small thing. It's not the best use of my money today, but I'm going to use those funds for something better. So instead of saying I couldn't afford something that I really wanted, I said was, how can I reallocate the funds that I have allocated to ensure that I can get something that I want a little bit more? Does that make sense? I did cash envelopes for my last vacation. It helped. And I feel like my smoothies be tasting better than tropical smoothies sometimes. Okay. Now I ranted for a long time. If you too want to join the Money Saving Academy, you can go to moneysavingacademy.com. We have a 1-month trial. You can sign up for $59. You get the money saving course, you get weekly live trainings, you get daily Q&A support with me, you get all the replays. You can try it before you decide to stay long term. The issue I have is reallocation. What do you mean? Give me some more details. So you can go right to moneysavingacademy.com and sign up, right? If you feel like it will help you, then it will help you. But you have to come in and do the work. It's just like if you want to work out, you can pay for the gym. The gym gonna take your money every month without hesitation. But if you never go to the gym, if you never get on the treadmill, right? If you never work out, if you never pick up a weight, if you never go to the classes that they provide, are you going to lose weight? You can buy all the workout clothes in the world, but if you never put them on and you never do the work, are you going to lose weight? Hey, Tarisha, are you? I save in certain areas, but then I'm like, what's the next step to move my money around? We might need to talk about this in the academy. I save in certain areas, but then I'm like, what's the next step to move my money around? Are you setting clear? I set a budget and then I'm under, but that's good. So I think one thing that can help you is that for your expenses, if you are under in your expenses, already decide at the beginning of the month where that money's going to go. For example, if you allocate $500 for groceries, but you only spend $395, you already know that you're going to save half towards next month and the other half goes towards your emergency fund. No questions. So now you've got an extra, $55 for groceries for next month, and then you have 55 into your emergency fund. So you have to decide what you're going to do with the money before you get to the point and you're under budget. Then also you may want to have a little bit of reserves. So maybe you have a reserve account. So it's like when I go over, right? So maybe, when Thanksgiving and Christmas come around, you're hosting Thanksgiving dinner and your family's coming over. So you're going to need to spend an extra $250 for Thanksgiving dinner. You keep a little reserves. So I can pull from here discretionary when I'm over in categories, right? Or maybe you go and you treat your family to a dinner and you're like, my eating out budget for the month was only $300, but we spent $600. I had money from my reserves so when I was under budget to cover that, so it doesn't interfere with your other money and you have to pull from active places. Okay, she said that makes sense. So decide what you're going to do with the extras before it happens. I'm glad you caught it too. I'm almost done though. Bay's cooking us dinner. Me and Kinsley are going to finish our 9/11 tribute. We were watching the videos about 9/11, but this felt so good to get off my chest. I hope it was helpful for y'all. I just really am loving having these really open, unplanned conversations with y'all around all things around money. It makes me feel so good. I'm very excited because I have a new budgeting one-to-one client and me and her start tomorrow. So I was like preparing things for our call tomorrow and emailing her. And it really put this in my spirit of like, budgeting is essential. And she was like, Crystal, I've tried everything. I need help now. And I was like, let's do it. So I'm very excited to, help her get more intentional with her money. Okay. So if I'm being honest with you, my live times are all over the place. So I followed you. I go live every day publicly. In the academy, our trainings are typically on Monday. But if you want to pop onto my TikTok lives, my lives are random. So if you DM me your name, your email, and your phone number, I will add you to my live list. Or if you just DM me your email address, I can send you the link, and then that way you can opt in to other things. So do that. DM me your email address, and I'll send you a link, and you can opt in to know when I'm going live. Now, I only send this out about 5 to 10 minutes before I'm going live because life happens. So this is just my live notify, but I am going live every day for a year. We're on day 38 right now. So if you want to be joining these lives, then yes. DM me your email address and I will email you the link. What have I been working on? What do you mean, what have I been working on? Not a lot of projects. Today was Kinsley's first day of school. Kinsley's my daughter. So I haven't worked as much on my projects as I wanted to. I've been doing Instacart. I've been doing sales calls, all that jazz. The meet and greet is not until September 25th in Baltimore, and then October 5th and October 10th in Orlando. Hey, Tiffany. So that's when the meet and greets are. So, yeah. Any other questions before I go? This was great. If you want to watch this replay, it will be available on Instagram and it will be available on YouTube. My YouTube channel is Krys the Maximizer. My Instagram is Krys the Maximizer. If you want to dig into more Krys the Maximizer content, I encourage you to go to my YouTube channel. What's wrong? Go to the bathroom and put some water in it. I don't see anything. Okay. Do you have lotion or something? No. What did you have on your hand? Stop touching it with dirty fingers. Go rinse your hands off. What's on your hands right now?
That's the blood. I washed my hands.
Okay, well, go wash your hands again. Okay. Hi. I'm doing great, Shanti. Thank you so much for popping into the live. I'm going to YouTube. Yeah, so you can go and watch all of my videos on YouTube. She said her eyes burning. I would ask of you to watch the ads. When you watch the ads on YouTube, that's how your girl makes some extra coin. Um, so if you really want to support your girl, watch the ads on YouTube. That will help me. She said Kennedy is asleep. Like with this virtual school, I've been letting her stay up later and then she wakes up later. So we're really not starting school until like 10. Otherwise, she would be up in the bed too. But also, Bay's cooking dinner late because we was just Instacarting. So our dinner's being cooked right now. I heard about is not allowing us to use the rebates if you use a coupon for the item now. I'm not updated on any updates. I didn't get any emails or anything. But you would have to just read the uh the rules for the offers. I will reach out to them, but I know you cannot redeem an Ibotta rebate with a Walmart reward. That for sure you can't do because it's the same. That's awesome. You've been looking at Kroger. Kroger's a great store. I have not been able to coupon there personally because Kroger's not in my area. But it is a great store to shop at. Okay, I'm gonna go so that we can go downstairs and have some Kinsley mommy time and watch some more September 11th documentaries until dinner. Yes, I do get a little something something from YouTube Premium, but as long as you're watching the ads on YouTube, I would really appreciate it. My YouTube ad revenue has been down so low. Um, and I do have some really big financial goals, y'all. Like your girl, we got to make this money. So if you're unable to join any of my programs, I completely understand. But if you could go watch my free content on YouTube and let the ads play through, there's like 1100 videos over there. I have a coupon beginner series. I have like 150 CVS hauls. You can watch old hauls with deals of things that I've done in the past. She said I was so excited. I'm gonna do some mini hauls coming up where like I'm gonna take $20, $30 and go shopping and show y'all exactly what I'm getting. Thank you so much for joining me. I did follow you, so thanks for popping in. Um, so my YouTube channel has a plethora. I mean, there's so much that I talk about on that YouTube channel. So if you go look at the playlist, watch the videos, let the ads play through, I'd so appreciate it. Every single dollar helps. And your girl's in a place where we we've got to make this money. I will not um, go into too much detail, but just know we got to make this money. So if you can't join a program, please just watch my YouTube and let the ads play through. I mean, I don't get ads. Yes, but when I get the report, it shows that like YouTube Premium gives us money, even though you don't get the ads because you watched it with the ads. But yes, very helpful. So yeah, thank y'all so much for joining me. I'll be live again tomorrow. It's Tuesday. I may try to do a live during the day so that I can spend my evenings with Kinsley. And then we've been doing like a couple hours Instacart each day. So I just want to, I have to also start going to bed earlier. So I may not be doing as many 9 and 10 and 11 o'clock lives, maybe sometimes on the weekends. I don't know. But I may try to start doing my lives like a little earlier in the evening, like 7 p.m. because I'm going to need to be in bed at 11 because I'm going to start getting up earlier. Because like I said, we got to get this money. So I want to thank y'all so much for joining me. It has been a pleasure. Today just felt so good. So thank y'all. I do. I really appreciate it. I don't think you understand how much I appreciate some of you showing up every single day for me. I so appreciate it. So I'm going to go have some time with my kid and eat. And I'll see some of you tomorrow. Bye.